Welcome to the next lesson of the HTML tutorial. In the previous lessons, we have seen the introduction of the HTML, features of the HTML, and we had seen how we can create our first HTML web page. So in today's lesson, we will talk about some more important tags that are available in HTML. Let us see what we are going to talk today. We will talk about the heading tags that are available in the HTML. These are from H1 to H6, where we can see that H1 will give us the largest heading, and moving further towards H6 we have a smaller heading. So H1 provides the largest heading and H6 give us the smallest heading. So some of the attributes that we can use with the H heading tags is align, and we can also perform lots of styling that we'll study when we do the styling and CSS. So we'll leave that part to the CSS tutorial. Then we'll study the paragraphs. For making paragraphs, we use p tag. With p tag we can use the align attribute, we can use margin attribute, we can use padding attributes, and lots of attributes. Then we will be learning about the horizontal line today, the HR, which creates a horizontal line in our web page, and with the help of this horizontal line we can create different sections in our web page. The attributes that can be used with the HR are align, no shade, size, and width attributes. These are just the common attributes. We can do a lot more with the help of the styling. Then we learn about the break line, that is a BR tag, which is an important tag in the HTML. Then we'll talk about the center tag and the pre-formatted tag. So let's start with the heading tags into the HTML. So let's see with an example that how we can use the heading tags. We can see in this simple example in the notepad I have written the code. I have opened the code with the HTML tag. Then I have created this into two separate sections. One is the head section and other is the body section. Inside the head section I have used title tag to specify the title of my web page. Right. So I have closed this heading tag, head tag, and then everything goes inside this body tag. Now you can see I have created these headings H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. So let me show you with the output that how these headings will look in our web page. So let's execute this. I will save, I've just saved this document already with .html extension. So let me go to the file. You can see this is heading example.html. I have already saved this. I just need to open it, and this will open into the browser. So you can see in the browser now you can see that this is the heading 1, this is the largest heading. Then this is the heading 2, the subheading, this is heading 3 used with the help of the H3 tag. This is with the help of H4, this is H5, and this is H6. So we can see H1 is largest and H6 is smallest. So we can use different levels of heading in our web page as desired. Now let me make some modifications into the web page. Let me eliminate these 3 headings from my web page, and I want to make this as a major heading. So I'll make this as a main heading. So this is a main heading for me. So we can see with the help of the H1, and then inside this main heading I would like to make 2 subheadings. So I'll copy this and I'll paste. Now I'll write the subheading. This is as a subheading. Okay, some of my keyboard keys are not working, so let me write heading only. Let me write instead of subheading, I'll copy and I'll keep this heading 1, and the 1 is, let me copy this. Many of the keys are not working, so let me write heading 1, then I'll copy and I'll write heading number 2. So this is heading number 2. So we can see that inside this main heading I have 2 subheadings, heading 2 and heading 2. this is heading 2. So let me copy this thing again and paste it. So you can see now we have in this way 2 main headings, and inside each main heading I have 2 subheadings of same size. So let me save this with Control S, go back to the page and refresh the page. Now you can see this is how the web page is looking. This is main heading, then this is heading number 1 subheading, this is heading number 2, and we can also add more subheadings inside this heading number 1 or any other heading. So let me move further and talk about the attribute of this heading tag. We can use the align attribute, and we can also use other attributes as well, but let me use this align attribute, and I want this to be center aligned. I want this to be center aligned. So let me type center, right? So this is center alignment, and I'll click on save, then I'll go. So you can see the heading is in the center. So I want main heading to be in center, subheading to be aligned left. So this is how I can do it. Let me copy this alignment tag into this main heading as well. So now you can see this is looking much more better. I have main heading, then I have 2 subheadings, then again I have 1 main heading, then again I have some 2 subheadings. So now let me write some I want to have some text inside this subheading. So for just to write the text, we use the next tag, that is the paragraph tag. So it is always advisable to write text inside the paragraph text. So let me use this paragraph text. Let me copy this. I'll write this paragraph inside this first subheading. So let me use the paragraph tag I want. So let's say this is in here I have some information. So just let me copy the T, as T is not working. So here I have some information, and I would like to close this paragraph tag here. So I'll close this paragraph text. So this is how I can copy. Let me copy this from this heading 2 as well as into this. Let me copy again and fill it here, and let me copy once again and fill it somewhat here. So I'll keep save, and I'll go to the browser and I'll keep a refresh. You can see, so now I have inside these subheadings I have some paragraph. So this is some paragraph that is written inside the heading. So this is how we can make our web page. We can align the main headings, subheadings, and then we can have the paragraph. Let's talk about the attributes that we have in the paragraph. We can use align, color, margin, padding, lots of attributes we can use, and obviously I'll leave this to the styling part. Currently I'll show you the use of this align tag again with the paragraph. We have 4 alignment types. Let's say we can use the left align. The one is left align, so I can use this left align, and let me copy into the second paragraph, and I want the second paragraph to be right aligned. So let me have this right align. So this is right alignment. Then let me make this center align. So I would like this paragraph to be center aligned, just to show you the use of all these 4. And what is the fourth one? Fourth one is justified. So this is the justify, the last. And now let me save it and go back to the browser and refresh, and you can see the first one is left aligned, the second one is right aligned, the third one is center aligned, and the last one is justified. So I know that you might be able to understand the difference between this left and justify. For that we need to have some more text inside the paragraph. Let me copy lots of text, and let me have some more text into this paragraph, so that again I would like to have some more text into this last one. So now I have lots of text. Now let me show you the difference in between the left. You can see this is the left align. It's properly aligned from the left hand side, but it's not from the right hand side. But in Justify you can see it's automatically aligned from the left as well as from the right. So we can see this is the combination of the left and the right alignment. Let me show you the right alignment also by having some more data. So if I have some more data into the left and I have some more data for the center alignment. So if we have lots of text, then it will be much easier for us to see the difference. You can see this is the left alignment. It is aligned from the left but not from the right. This is the right alignment, which is aligned from the right but not from the left. And this is the center alignment. Mainly it is used in the poem. And this is the last, which is called as the Justify, which is aligned from left as well as from right. So it is always advisable in the most cases that you use Justify alignment. So that is how we can use the paragraph tag. We can use the paragraph tag. We can also apply these margin, padding, color, background color, and lots more. We'll see this into the styling part. Now let's talk about this horizontal rule, that is the HR. As I have already told you, the HR is used to create a line onto the web page. So it will just create a line on the web page, and it is used to provide different sections onto the web page. Let's say if we have one section from H1 to this part, and I would like to make this as another section. So in between these two, I'll input one HR. So I'll simply use HR here. So now you can see what will happen onto the browser. Now you can see that this is something like, so we have these two separate sections. This was section number 1 and this is section number 2. So we can see this. Now it's looking separate. So this is the line that is appearing onto the browser, that is known as the horizontal rule. So let's talk about the attributes that we can use with the horizontal rule is align, no shade, size, and width. So let me apply a few of the attributes. Let me apply width first. So let me apply the width attribute. I need T. I need T. How? Yes, I got a T. So this is a width attribute. So if I supply 50% or if I supply, let's say 60% width, now what will happen? Just see with this HR. Now it's not on the complete page, it's just 60% on the page. So it's just 60% on the page. So we can increase or decrease the size of the line with the help of the width. Let's say if we want to make it 20%, so we have just 20%, right? So this is the use of the width attribute. Let me use the size attribute, and let me specify the size as 2, and we can see that this is the size. Let me change some more values into this. Let me use 6 size, and you can see, so this is more thick. Now it's more thicker. If you can see the attribute, the line is more thicker, right? So you can see it's getting more thicker. So this is the size attribute, and let me use this color attribute. Let me see what happens with the color attribute. If I apply red color attribute, then you can see the line is red in color. Now it will be more easier to see the difference in size attribute. Now if I use size 1, so you can see now this will be much thinner. If I change the size from 1 to 6 or 1 to 4 or 1 to 3, it will be a thicker line. So you can see. Next, we can use the align attribute. If you want to align the line, again left, right, or to any position, I can do it. So if I use left alignment, so it will go to the left, and if I use center alignment, it will come to the center. Otherwise right, we can use right. Let me use 100% here so that this will be visible throughout the web page. So this is 100% width. So we can do a lot with the this thing, that is the HR. Let's talk about this BR. Okay, As you can see, I have written this text, and if I want that after information this should come from the new line, so let me hit an enter, and I wrote this text in the source file from a new line. But what will happen onto the browser? You can see in the browser nothing happens. It's onto the same continuous line. So if you want to tell the browser that I want to display something from a new line, then I have to use this BR tag. So this BR tag will tell the browser to display everything after this BR tag from a new line. So let's go back and let's check into the second paragraph that whether this happens. Yes, you can see after the information this is coming from a new line. So this is the use of the BR tag. This is the use of the BR tag. We can introduce a line break. We can introduce something from appearing to a new line. Let me add this BR once again into this last paragraph after here. So if I use BR and I'll save, so just see the difference into the last paragraph. You can see after here we have everything from the new line. So this is the line break attribute that I can use. Now what is the use of this center tag? It's very much similar to the align center, when we use the align attribute with the center value. So it's similar. If I want everything to be center, I can use this center tag, and if I want something to be in center, I can use the center tag at that particular place. So let's say if I want this heading number 2 to be on center, so I'll use this center tag. So I'll use this center tag. So let me copy this center tag and paste it just before the heading 2. So this is the center tag. I'll close it till where I want this thing to be in center. So now let me show you the difference. So now you can see this heading comes into the center. We can use it with the multiple elements also. So this is how the center tag is useful. Now let's talk about the pre-formatted tag. So it will produce pre-formatting. That means the way we have written onto this particular source, we will get it onto the browser. Let me show you. Let me write a new paragraph here, and I'll use this P just to introduce the new paragraph. Inside this paragraph, let me write a few lines. Let's say if I want to write, let's say I wrote line 1 or line 2, line 3, line 4 or line 5. So I'm not able to write some letters just because my keys are not working. So you can see if I save it and go back to the browser and hit on refresh button, you can see this is the new paragraph. Everything is onto the similar line. The one way we can use the BR just to produce new lines, but if you want to write something like this with some more space, but it will not do anything. It will look like in a continuous manner. The pre-tag can be used to produce the result as it is we see into the source file. So use pre-tag. I use pre-tag just before this, and I'll close it here. So you can see as we are seeing into this source file, we have not used any BR tag, just to be noticed, and you can see it is looking similar as we have written into the source file. So the pre-tag generates the similar output into the browser as we have written onto the HTML file. So it is a very useful tag. We can pre-format our text into the source file, and we can display as it is onto the web page. So these are some main tags that will give you the basic structure of your HTML page. Let me add the BG color to give it some color, give our web page some color. So I can add a BG color. So I can have a BG color. Let me use this yellow color. and the background color of this web page comes to the yellow. Yes, so we'll do a lot more into the next upcoming lesson, so keep watching till then. Stay healthy and stay safe. Thank you so much.